Aye, beautiful beings. I'm Crystal and welcome to day 24 of this 31-day self-love yoga journey. Today we are going to fill our vessel. So get yourself ready and let's begin. We're going to get started off today in a nice comfortable seat of your choice. So come and join me down on the ground. Wherever you land, lift up through the spine. And we're going to start off by doing something that's called box breathing. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be breathing in through the nose if you can for a count of 4. Holding the breath at the top for a count of 4. Breathing out, exhaling for 4 and holding the breath out for 4 at the end, continuing this cycle. So before we get started, I want to say if you need to make any changes to this breath work, please do. If it doesn't feel good for you to hold the breath, it's okay. Just keep your own cycle going with your own count of 4, just skipping holding the breath. So let's all start by just taking a nice cleansing breath out, release everything you have in the lungs, and breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, hold at the bottom, 2, 3, 4, breathing in, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 2, 3, 4, breathing out, 2, 3, 4, hold the breath, 2, 3, 4, and breathe in, 2, 3, 4, holding at the top, and breathe out, holding at the bottom and breathing in. Hold the breath, exhale, and keep this going a few more times on your own. We'll do one more round here. Starting to allow for your breath to return to its natural cycle now. With an inhale, we're gonna lift and reach our fingertips up to the sky, palms kiss. And with an exhale, we're gonna take our hands down, and as our hands meet our head, we're gonna let our hands part and just allow your fingertips to gently trace your face. Hands then meet once again in front of the heart. Twice more like that. So inhale to lift up, reach up, gather some goodness from the sky. With an exhale, slowly take your hands down, part the hands at your face, and gently let your fingertips trace your face. One more time. And relaxing the hands down once that is complete for you. We're now going to take our hands to our shoulders, and in just a moment we're going to be moving from side to side with the elbows out wide, and this has got such a lovely purifying effect on the body. We want to rinse and release before we properly fill our vessel back up. We want to let go of all that doesn't serve us anymore to allow us to have space to welcome in the new. So taking your hands to your shoulders if you're not already there. With an inhale, we're going to move our body to the left, and with an exhale, move to the right. So you get to decide what pace we're going at, and just make sure that your breath links up to your movement. You may wish to close the eyes to take the awareness within. We're just here for a few more moments. And starting to slow it down until eventually we find stillness. Float the hands down, close the eyes, pause for just a moment. Just feel and observe with no judgment to yourself. And now taking in the deepest breath that you've taken in all day. Fill up, fuel yourself up. Hold the breath at the top. And empty, 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 release. Gorgeous. From our seated position, we are going to take the soles of our feet onto the ground in front of us, bending through the knees. Lifting up through the spine, we're going to start off by lifting one foot up and the other. We might keep our hands on the earth for some support, otherwise lifting one hand up and the other, coming into our boat pose. So feel the strength, this fire igniting in your core and in your thighs. You can stay here with the shins parallel to the floor, or you might be able to straighten out through the legs. Welcome that heat, that fire, connect to your power. Remember to breathe. Welcoming any shaking or trembling. And with an exhale, float it down. Let's now make our way to all fours, coming to tabletop. Taking the wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. We're going to extend the right leg out behind us, tuck the toes under, and find a gentle sway backwards and forwards. So stretching out through that extended leg behind you into the ankle, the sole of the foot, the toes. Pressing into the fingertips to take some of the weight out of the wrists. And also making sure that the weight is evenly distributed between both our hands. The next time you sway forward with your shoulders over your wrists, stay here. With an inhale, we're going to lift that back leg up. Option 1, we can stay here. Option 2, we can lift and extend left arm or opposite arm out in front. Option 3, to engage the core, we can crunch as we take knee to elbow underneath us. Inhale to extend and exhale to crunch. We're just going to do this a few more times with the breath. So inhale, reach. Exhale, contract. The next time you reach, really reach, hold for just a second, and exhale, float it down. Before coming on to the same thing on the other side, let's take a little moment to reset. So we're going to come down to the ground for child's pose. So you can either zip the legs close together or take the big toes together, knees out wide. Either way, send your sits bones back, walk your hands forward and melt down. Connect with your breath, allowing yourself a moment to pause. Feel this openness you're creating through the hips, this gorgeous length in the spine. We're just here for around 3 more breaths. And with your next inhale, slowly lift back up to tabletop shape. So we're now going to extend the left leg behind us, tucking the toes under, and just finding a wee gentle sway here. Giving nourishment to that full extended leg as well as the sole. This part of our body that connects us to the earth the most. Allow yourself to be open to receiving goodness and gifts from the earth beneath you. Allowing the gifts of Mother Earth to help you fill your vessel. The next time you sway forward, shoulders over the wrists, stay here, lift that back leg up. Option 1, stay here. Option 2, extend opposite arm out in front. And option 3 is to engage the core and crunch beneath you. Inhale to reach, exhale, contract. 3 more times. The next time you reach, really reach, lengthen, and exhale, float it down. We're now going to give some nourishment to our spine by moving through cat-cow. So with an inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, open the chest, and exhale to round through the spine, taking the chin towards the chest. Inhale, expand. Exhale as you contract. So keep this motion going with your breath. We're just here for a few more cycles of breath here. And when you're ready, returning to stillness. We're going to walk our hands forward 1 inch or 2, spreading out through the fingertips, tuck the toes under and start to lift the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Pressing away from the earth. Inner elbow creases shine forward, gripping through the fingertips. Allowing for the blood and the energy in our body to flow towards our crown, the crown of our head. With your next inhale, take your gaze forward. We're going to step the right foot in between our hands. option to keep the back knee lifted or lower it down. So connect to your foundations, and once you feel stable with an inhale, we're gonna lift up, reaching up towards the sky. Maybe you can even lean back slightly. Let your heart be open, as well as your hips be open. Filling up the lungs with every inhale. And with an exhale, float the hands down. With your right hand or the hand next to your pinky toe, inhale, lift up, twist through the spine, heart is open. And with an exhale, float back down. We're gonna step the front foot back to our downward facing dog. Maybe taking a wee moment to bend into one knee at a time here, just resetting before coming into the same thing on the other side. And finding stillness. With your next inhale, look forward, step left foot up. You can either keep the back knee lifted or lower it down. Connect to your roots, your foundations. Hug the thighs into the center, and with an inhale, lift up. Perhaps you can lean back ever so slightly. Keep your gaze focused on one singular point. And with an exhale, float the hands down. With the left hand or the hand next to your pinky toe, inhale, lift up, twist. And exhale to float back down. Stepping back to downward facing dog. We're going to lower the knees down and come on back to a child's pose. So either with your legs zipped together or knees out wide. Send your sits bones back, walk the hands forward and melt on down to the earth. Giving yourself permission to soften and surrender. Knowing that these moments are crucial for us. If we keep moving, keep going, this is going to lead to burnout. So we need to make sure that we slow down, we nourish ourselves. We pause, we reflect, we surrender. Perhaps using an exhale, you can soften even more in this shape. Making the most of our final moments here. With an inhale, start to slowly lift up and out of this shape. We're going to cross our ankles behind us, come through to a seat, taking our legs out nice and long, and coming to lie down on our backs. So from this lying down position, we are going to lift our legs up towards the sky. So if you do happen to have a pillow, a blanket, a jumper, anything at all close by you, you can tuck it underneath the tail just to help support your legs here. But otherwise, just lifting your legs up to the sky. And so this is allowing for all of the blood from our soles of our feet to travel all the way back down to our vital organs. Noticing any sensations that arise for you in this moment. Feeling that core engaged. And with an exhale, relax your feet all the way down. So we're now going to come into some stillness to finish off this practice. So you can either stay here laying on the ground. This may be what you need to fill your vessel. Otherwise, you can bring yourself up to a seat. If this is what you need today. So either way, coming into a comfortable position for yourself where you can find stillness. Ensuring that the spine is nice and aligned. And whether you be in a seat or lying down, just welcoming a sense of softness in your body. Letting all of the goodness of this practice sink into your entire being, fill your vessel up. You can stay in stillness as long as you need. Otherwise, start to invite some movement into the extremities, waking yourself up. Yawning or stretching out the body in any way that your body is calling for. And if you are ready to finish this practice here and now, then I invite you to join me in a seat if you're not already here. With an inhale, we're going to lift and reach our hands up and overhead, palms kiss. Exhale as we take our hands in front of our heart center. Breathe in here. And with an exhale, bow your head to your heart in honor of yourself for showing up for this practice and bowing in honor of the sacred practice of yoga. Sealing this practice in any way that feels aligned for you. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.